Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Game Pass. I'm Nathan, and I'm going to take this Game Pass games worth your time and bandwidth. Today's game is Ryse, Son of Rome. While the fall of Rome is certainly a complex topic, something that historians don't account for was one guy doing color-based executions hundreds of times over the course of a couple of hours. Is this tech demo showcasing the Xbox One's chops worth playing today? Ryse, Son of Rome is an Xbox-only release that features no upgrades whatsoever. It's not 1X enhanced, and it's not Series enhanced, and that's about it. The game lasts about 6 to 7 hours. So what exactly is Ryse, Son of Rome? Well, it's a third-person linear action game with a heavy focus on quick-time executions and crowd control, but an even heavier focus on looking really next-gen. You play as Marius, a centurion who in the prologue saves the Emperor Nero from invading barbarians, then tells Nero his life story on how he got there, which you then get to play. The game's basic combat is incredibly simple. You have a basic attack, a guard break, and a parry move as your base kit, with emphasis on sequencing strikes together to gain bonuses. But the main gimmick is executions, where once you weaken an enemy you do a quick time event and then gain one of 4 bonuses that you select upon doing the execution. These bonuses are regenerating health, a temporary damage boost, more focus, more on that in a sec, and more XP. Focus is a special meter where you can press RB and basically slow down time and beat the crap out of everybody around you for free. This ability completely breaks the game on even the hardest difficulty, just for the record. Combat takes place in a linear pathway across Rome, Britannia, and a few other places with the same handful of enemies throughout most of the game. There are tons of executions for you to see that change based on your selected bonus so they don't go stale as quickly as it might otherwise. Additionally, the game has an upgrade system based on the XP you earn, giving you both levels and spending valor to improve overall health, focus, and how much stuff you get from executions. You can also buy this with real money gold, except all the gold is now free, so if you want to make the game really easy, just get 20,000 gold for literally nothing in the store. I mean, why not? The game does mix things up slightly with parts where you get to play red light, green light from Squid Game with a Centurion army and enemy archers, as well as things like throwing spears and ballistas, though 99% of the time you will be doing melee combat. Also, there's a multiplayer horde mode, and no one's playing it. I tried. Oh well. And that's basically the entire game. What do I like about Ryse, Son of Rome? Well, the game still looks visually very impressive even today. I really wish it had a Series SX or 1X enhancements for like 4K or 60 FPS or both. The art aesthetic is solid and it has a really strong diversity of environments to keep visuals interesting. I also feel the combat is solid foundationally, and once you get the hang of it, you'll feel like an absolute badass. And lastly, I do think this is a pretty good game if you just want to turn your brain off and kill dudes in violent ways without having to think too much. When it comes to the bad, while the base foundation of the combat is solid, it never evolves and doesn't really add any new enemies over the course of the game. The bosses in particular are all beaten the exact same way. You parry, you hit with a light, you hit a break, you hit a light combo, and just do that on loop and you can kill any boss in the game. Very dull. The story is also really predictable and honestly fairly uninteresting, even though the game devotes a lot of time to it. If you've ever watched or read any media in the last decade, you'll see all of the, quote, twists. And lastly, the game never feels more than a big tech demo for Crytek, with its shallow gameplay and lack of any innovation or improvements as it goes along. It is a shell of what could have been a better game. There's no I rate games here on a 3-point scale. Must play, maybe consider don't bother. I'm actually going to give Ryse, Son of Rome a don't bother, and I know some people really like this game, but hear me out. I don't think it has enough in it to really be worth playing today unless you just want a brainless action game. But I do think this game could have a really great sequel. It's clear this game was made to show off CryEngine and Xbox One's power, and it still does a good job at that. It's just that the core game underneath is absolutely half-baked. With some improvements to the combat, some more enemy variety, and a better story, Ryse 2 could be a genuinely solid action game. But for now, Ryse unfortunately doesn't really offer enough for me to give it a recommend, unless you really want a brainless murder simulator, which, hey, no judgment, pretty good for that. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and go out there and just avoid Ryse, Son of Rome.